Welcome to the Patient First podcast. I am your host, Dr. Bryan Laskin, where we talk about how we can increase the influence of today's engaged dentists. I'm going to break down why that's our new mission statement in our next episode, but we have a burning issue in dentistry to discuss first. In this episode, I think we are going to be talking about key things that we need to focus on, not just in your practice, but definitely in your practice, but also as an industry. What is the biggest issue that we have in dentistry right now? We all know what it is. It's our teams. Our teams have been shaken up like crazy. You know, if you go to the Starbucks next to my office yesterday, went to go get a cup of coffee at 3 p.m. and it was closed. Why? Because they don't have anybody to work, right? And it's worse in dentistry. Over 10% of the hygienists, I believe, I know that the statistics show around 10%, but I think about 10%, probably more than 10% of the hygienists have just left the profession, taken their scalers and gone home, right? I think that we have an era where statistics show that more than 50% of our team members are looking to switch offices. The remaining people, half the people, if you have 10 people in your practice, statistically 5 of them are looking to switch jobs, right? Of course, not your practice, right? That's what we all say. However, it's true that 50% are looking for new jobs. So we have to address this. And I think that we have somewhat, as not just in dentistry, but as leaders in business, have created this environment where people want to switch, right? And I think it's incredibly important to address why. First, let's look at our current teams, or let's say the pre-pandemic team. If you had a practice for 10 years, have you had changes in your team members? A lot of offices would say, no, my team is great. We don't lose anybody. Well, in my pretty extensive experience, and I should pause and say, I'm going to say some things that are going to ruffle feathers. I'm going to say things that are unpopular, that people don't want to hear in this episode. So make sure to comment if you think it's horrible. If you like it, share it with others. But if you don't like it, comment and let me know. Definitely in comments below if you disagree. But I think strongly, if you have had the same team members for 10 years, it's because you haven't taken the energy to replace poorly performing team members, which means you have an ineffective team. And I don't say that lightly. I say that after 20 years of talking with dentists, thousands of dental practices, working with the biggest industry leaders on councils and having deep insights into large organizations in dentistry. I feel that any business that has grown, which if you have an effective team, you should have grown, right? You should be attracting patients. You should be attracting team members. And the byproduct of that is scaling, growing. And if you grow as a business from level A to level B, Peter Drucker tells us that you'll lose 80% of the people along the way. 20% of the people will grow to the increased scale of that organization, but 80% of the people will leave, which means if you've been the same for 10 years and you've stayed the same size and you haven't shifted team members, your team, I'm sorry, is probably ineffective. Why and what's the source of it? That's what I want to talk about today. Because if you Google dental team, I think you will see an image that most people feel their dental team looks like, and it's this: a smiling, happy group of people who are hugging each other, looking at the camera going, just look how effective we are, right? Well, I know 2 things about dental teams. Number 1, they like to talk crap about their patients, right? Which is a whole nother episode that we can talk about in detail, which is a horrible thing. But number 2, they like to talk crap about their team members. Likely when they're not, like when this guy's not there, right? Let me put my hand here, right? When he's not there, the rest of them talk about that person, either glowing or negative, and not all the people are going to be the same level. So team members like to talk crap about their team members. And I know that there's people thinking, not my team, right? Okay, maybe not at this moment in time. But over the last 10 years, have you not had an employee that has been problematic or ineffective? Probably. And if you didn't address it to the point where you removed that person from your team, chances are that person's running the team. And if she's an A player and she's somebody who's disengaged, dragging the office down, who's more likely to stick around in the practice? Her, right? The disengaged person, because the dentists over here don't deal with the disengaged person and drives that person away. So I don't think that this is what most dental teams look like. They might look like this in the photo, like these people did, but these people all go home and talk crap about their friends. Dental team members go home and talk crap about their teammates, right? But people say, oh, my dental team's my family. And I say, correct. I believe, sir or madam, that your dental team probably is like a family. But oh no, 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 no. Not like this family, which is the Google image for family. When you Google image, this is what you get: this happy group of diverse people who are all smiling, and even the oldest of the group is an attractive person, right? No, no, this is not what most dental families look like. What most dental families look like is this: the Malcolm in the Middle family, where you got the dad, dentist, disengaged in the back, reading the newspaper, drinking some coffee, like just not ignoring the chaos going around. You got the mom who brings order and structure to this chaos, and she's screaming because she's trying to lift the burden. How long is she going to stick around in your practice? These people didn't come out of her, right? These aren't her kids. So she's going to bolt, right? And then you got this team member who's like just going, I just want to be told what to do. Don't get any training. There's chaos going on. This is the way most dental families look, right? So I have what I believe to be a better solution, right? I think that the better solution is to view your team as this: a high performance team. We're a team, not a family. What does that mean? We're going for gold. We want to win the championship. We want to do the best we can for our patients every day. This crown is a gold medal winning crown. That root canal that we're doing at 2 p.m. on that anxious patient, we're going to go ahead and we're going to wow that audience who's sitting in our chair, and we're going to perform at our best. Now, would an Olympic team member here, let's say this person right here on the corner, this woman right here, if she's running the IT department of your office, she's putting in the server, she's updating the Windows and the Mac stuff, and she's installing your monitors. Is that your uncle, right? No, you get the best. The coaches, your consultants, the people that come in your practice, the images that you're feeding your team members, are they the best? Because I can tell you right now, to win gold, you've got to have the best coaches all the time working with them. Got to have a high performance coach teaching your team. And your team, by the way, if Sally over here somehow drops the baton 50% of the time, which she didn't 2 years ago, but now she does, what do? Well, we're going for gold. The mission is more important than the team member. Let me say that again. The mission is more important than any team member, including yourself. So if somebody's not pulling their weight, right, we have to have a talk and discuss that and coach them. Obviously, we're not just going to boot somebody off because this is an A player, right? They made the team because we have a rigorous, we'll talk about this in a future episode too, a rigorous recruiting selection process where they made the team. So we want to train them. We want to keep them. However, sometimes good people go the other way, and we need to make a change. You can't change people, but you can change people. So we want to give people the opportunity. But on an Olympic gold medal team, if somebody's not pulling their weight, they're not back next year, right? If a Super Bowl team, and I'm not the best at sports analogies because I don't watch a lot of sports, but I would guarantee you that if there's a sports team that wins, like a football team that wins the Super Bowl 3 years in a row, it's not the exact same team members. It's not the exact same coaches. Now, you're going to have some total rock stars that are there, right? The head coach is probably the same. You got the Tom Brady and the Gronk that are obviously key team members, but the supporting team members may be changing around them, right? That's the way I think we need to view our practices. And by the way, what's ironic is in a situation like this, you're going to retain those people, those key players. The keystone players for your team will be solid, and it's the supporting members that may shift around. And in a time like now where stuff has hit the fan, let's say, and people are shuffling and looking for new practices, the A players who are banded together, they're not going to be looking. I believe 50% of team members are looking for new practices. What does that mean? That means that you're either going to be attracting them or you're going to be losing people. So Now is the time to build your A team. It's actually, I believe, one of the best times in dentistry from a team perspective because we've lost the week. Those 10% are gone. Those people were not A players in dentistry. If that hygienist hated her job or his job so much that they packed up their scalers and went home, they were not into that position in the first place. They weren't the best team member. They weren't the people listening to this podcast, the engaged dentists who are progressive, that are moving the needle forward. Those team members didn't just leave the profession because they love what we do and they believe in the mission of increasing people's oral health. They didn't become realtors, right? No, the people that left were the weak ones. And the other 50%, there's other team members where you got that Malcolm looking like, what's going on here, right? If you want to assemble the best team, we can attract those gold medal winning team members now. So it's the time, I believe. It's a calling, this is a call for you to really double down on your purpose of your office, of your mission statement, whatever you want to call it. We call it our core values. On your values, your mission, what you stand for, and also creating a vision of where you're going. And then view your recruiting efforts as selecting people that are looking to be on the same journey as you, that these people are going to help you win the Super Bowl, that are going to help you win the World Series, win the gold medal. And what does that mean? You have to define what that means, and then you'll be able to track those people because they're looking to shift from offices that are just doing this and flatlining and have had the same team for 10 years. I know it's controversial what I'm saying today because I think that I believe that this great resignation and shuffling around, I go to the best restaurants in your area. The best restaurants in my area, I talk to them and they're like, actually, the pandemic has helped us grow our business. It's because the weak are falling away and the gold medal teams are flying higher than ever. And I believe that's the way it is in dentistry right now. So, obviously having a lot of the workforce leave the profession is problematic for the profession. However, I think individually as a practice, it can actually make the environment is ripe for you to build your gold medal winning team. So that's my hope for you. Hopefully this podcast has helped give you some ideas or thoughts that like, man, we really got to go home and go back to the office and really focus on where we're going as an office, cast that 5-year, 10-year, 25-year vision, and come up with core values that are simple and clear and allow you to exactly look who you're looking for and then go out and recruit them. And if there's some shuffling feathers in your office that allow you to build that gold medal winning team, I hope you navigate those turbulent waters gracefully. So thank you very much. And thank you again for listening. Make sure to comment again if you disagree. If you do agree, like, subscribe, share it with your friends. If you have a friend that is running a dental team and needs to hear this message, be sure to pass it along. Thank you very much.